Welcome back. You know those days where you come home tired from work, but you still have to cook dinner for the entire family? Well, it's an unfortunate scenario we're faced with more often than not. Well, since food and family are so important to the folks over at Kraft Foods, they've developed a promotion on Guam that enables families to cook a number of quick and easy yet delicious meals by actually providing you the recipes. Here to explain how easy it is to become a Kraft chef is Kraft Foods representative Dominic Cryan. Dominic is joined by Market Wholesale Distributors General Manager Christine Boleto. Thank you so much, both of you, for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
And thanks for that luncheon today with all the Kraft food. It was beautiful, and they are great recipes, so thanks for sharing that. So tell us about the Kraft Foods promotion and how it actually works on Guam.
Sonia, what we're doing is we're bringing to Guam a wonderful publication that we've got called Food and Family. It's essentially a consumer magazine that's full of great recipes and tips for healthy living and how consumers can bring a bit of excitement into their home with food.
Okay, fantastic. Now, Payless is a big part of this promotion. Tell us how you teamed up and how you will actually promote it inside the Payless supermarket.
Sure. Look, we've had a good relationship with Payless for some time now, and Payless has been talking to us about how we can improve the way we communicate with our consumers here. We went away and we looked at all of the things that we can do, and we've decided that Food and Family is a great way of bringing an extra piece of communication into the Guam community, and particularly focusing around food and craft foods.
Now, one of the things that I love most about your presentation today was you actually showed us that there are many items that you have regularly in your household that can, be used for these recipes. Tell us about that.
Well, a lot of these products are things that we regularly use, such as Philadelphia cream cheese, Cool Whip, Oreo cookies, Jell-O. And we use them already in a lot of the foods that we make locally. So these are just new ways that we can use these products, new ways that we can manipulate the different ingredients to come up with wonderful dishes.
And then you've also made it user-friendly so that when you go into the supermarkets, tell us how user-friendly it is in your own words.
Well, look, it's going to be really easy for consumers to get their hands on one of these great magazines. We've got a group of products that we'll be focusing on each season, and whenever consumers buy any two of those products out of the focus group, they'll be able to redeem their receipt up at the customer service counter and get one of these free magazines for them to take home.
Give us an example of some of the recipes that you think are the most beneficial to families who are looking for that quick meal yet nutritious and delicious.
Well, that's one of the things I was sharing with the folks today, is a lot of these recipes can be made in 30 minutes or less, which is absolutely perfect for working mothers. We find that by the time we come home, we don't have time to make the lengthy meals, and so a lot of these are quick, they're easy, require sometimes even 20 minutes or less to prepare, and they're nutritious, they're delicious. The family's going to love it.
Dominic, give us an example of the lengths Kraft Foods has gone through in order to please its consumers.
Well, I think within the magazine there's a really good mix of simple recipes that people can whip up very quickly, as Christine was saying. There's also great tips on healthy living. There's great ways of getting kids involved in cooking in your home. Really different ways of bringing excitement into the family home with food.
Now, speaking from experience, you guys created the Kraft food products that were delicious, but they really are simple to make. One of the things that you actually showed me when I was presented with the dessert was, I was like, there's no way I can make something like that. And I was being honest with you, and you're like, Sonia, it is like the easiest thing. In addition to that, you showed me this wonderful tip on how to make it pretty, if you will, because presentation is all part of it. Tell us, I mean, those are all tips that are shared in this magazine, but can you share with us one of those tips?
Oh, look, the one that you're talking about, Sonia, was the great New York Philadelphia cheesecake, and it had jam in the top and all these beautiful swirls through it, and it does look quite complicated. It looks like something...
It looks artistic. I was like, I could never accomplish
like you get from a bakery, like a pastry chef would make. And it's quite simple. It's just before you set the cheesecake, in the finishing touches, you put dollops of jam around it and then just run a knife through it and really swirl it round. By the time it sets, it comes up with these beautiful swirl patterns, and it's really something that looks artistic and creative, and you can share that with your family, and it really brings that little bit of extra excitement.
In addition to that, anytime you have parties at your home, you could actually, people are wooed and wowed, like, wow, you really, you went out of your way and really you just learned technique.
Well, one of the things that we're going to do as we launch these magazines is we're going to have like 4 weeks where we do in-store sampling and demonstrations at the Payless stores. So people can come out, they can see how easy it is to make it, they can sample, see how delicious it is, and we're going to be able to demonstrate those simple techniques that make it look like you spent hours in the kitchen and that you spent all this time making these products, when in actuality it took 20 to 30 minutes or less.
And one of the things that also amazed me was the fact that you aren't just going to hire anyone off the street to go, hey, try this. Because sometimes you get that at some of the supermarkets.
Yeah.
You guys are hiring people who actually cook, utilizing the recipes that you utilize, and they know firsthand from sampling and making it themselves how to actually talk to the customers and the consumers about making it come to fruition. So.
Sure, it's important that the people that are talking to consumers in store actually have a real understanding of what it takes to make these. So we want to have that interaction with our consumers and make sure that they get that understanding from people that have